The Surge.
Smallzy surgery.
The surgery.
This is Smallzy surgery.
I can love you, I can be anything you want of me, and in the darkness. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is George Ezra. Give me one good reason why I should never make a change. And I'm co-hosting the show tonight with Smallzy. I'll be riding shotgun.
Oh, hey everybody! Look who is hanging out with us, co-hosting the show. I just thought I'd have him. His album has just come out, and I thought, you know what, perfect man to have on the show.
Oh, thank you for having me. How
George,
are you?
I'm very good. It's great to see you in the
See
flesh.
you. I know. Do you know what? Like, even going into, because obviously we're going around seeing people, and just being able to sit with people and actually be in the same room.
I missed it.
It's not lost on me.
I won't lie to you. There was a period of time there where I was like, I don't mind this Zoom thing. I can be just like, business up top. It's just pajama pants down the bottom.
I'm rocking it today.
You
still
are. He's wearing Crocs. It's okay. But I missed seeing people, and I missed seeing people. I missed the vibe of being in the room. I missed getting on a plane and traveling.
Yeah, that's us. And like, we're starting to do it now. Little trips around Europe, especially, and even just like the drive from the airport to the hotel.
Yeah.
It's like, where
There's
are
things.
we? What are we going to do?
What are we looking at?
Are you going to go to bed?
Yeah.
But it's still exciting.
Congratulations, album's out.
Thank you, dude.
How are you feeling?
Really calm. Like, I think in the past, I mean, this is my third album. So the first one, you're just a chancer.
Sure.
You're just like, whatever happens is great.
The only person who believes in you is you.
And
at
I
that
didn't.
stage,
and
right?
Like, it was just like, we're just having fun.
Yep.
And the second time around, very nervous because you're kind of aware of what you've got to lose.
Particularly when you have a big first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are like, is it a one-hit wonder?
Yeah.
Or can he come back and second time's a charm?
Yeah. And I know I joked about, like, I didn't believe, but you don't know. Like, anyone that tries to tell you they know what's going on is fibbing.
Yep.
And then this time round, I don't know, I think like we all had a drink last night, me and the team, and you look around the room and it's just lovely people, and it's just a happy thing for all of us.
Weird question, third album, is this when you go, this is a career?
Yeah, genuinely.
It's like,
and I don't think that's a weird question, because I feel it, like, not in any grand way, but you just realise, it's coming up to 10 years.
Yeah,
like,
I do music for a living.
This is it.
Because first album can come and go, may have to get back to pulling beers one day if you don't get the second signing, right? But third album, you go, you know what, no, I've got a repertoire of music underneath me, I've got a fan base, can tour the world, play shows. Third is like, you know what, I like where I'm at.
Yeah, I think like, especially here in the UK, probably more so than everywhere else, it feels this time like you're not introducing yourself. You're being welcomed in as a kind of part of the family, whichever building you go into, which is it's really lovely.
And I also got to say, congrats too on the track Green Green Grass, which I've heard on the radio here since being in the UK. I always say this whenever I'm about to set up a George Ezra record and I'm about to play it on the radio, and I want to say it to you to your face. It's impossible to be in a bad mood after listening to one of your songs.
Yeah, but that's us as well. Like, we've just come from the sound check, right?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. We're all kind of feeling a little. There's a few cobwebs this morning in the camp, but kind of 2 songs in, it's the same thing. You turn around, everyone's smiling, and it's a good feeling.
You tell me about Green Green Grass, because it says here I saw you wrote it on a trip after going to the Caribbean or something like that.
I was in St. Lucia with 2 of my close friends, and we were drinking at this bar on the beach, and the bar was tiny, tiny. There's these 2 dudes working inside the bar, and all you could drink was either their homemade rum punch, or their local lager. So I was with 2 of my oldest friends, and we were kind of A-B in the 2.
Yep, sure.
And getting to know the guys there, and then this like loud music started up, and curiosity got the best of me, and I excused myself and started running down these little streets. Got to this, what I assume was the high street, and there was people cooking food, dancing, hugging. Just a celebration, right? This big party. And so I jumped in this shop. There was these girls working in the shop, and I said, what's the party? And they said, today is a funeral day in our community, and we're celebrating 3 lives that we've lost in the last few weeks. So obviously, like, it was beautiful anyway, and then you turn around and look at it again knowing that, and it was just the most beautiful. And they would just like join in, you can I said, thank you very much, but there's rum punch down at the beach. And
Yep, I'm going to go in there.
I've got a good thing going.
Yeah, that's it.
But it was so different to how I know that the end of life.
I was about to say to you, as a Western kid, when you said that, my first point of call was like, oh, it's really inappropriate to be celebrating someone passing away. But culturally, different parts of the world celebrate life, can look at it passing over as a part of it, where I don't know if I'm speaking on behalf of you, but when you said that story, I was like, oh no, it should be a time for sadness. We should not be partying. We should, that's like, automatically I was a bit like, oh, I feel uncomfortable here that people were having fun, but actually, culturally, around the world, it's looked at differently.
I think, I hear you completely. I think I had my ignorance served to me because I would have always thought it about mourning a loss, but they were celebrating the life. And then you realise, well, I can do that now. Yeah. Without being like, it's like I don't have to wait to the end. I can celebrate it now. It's
let's not focus to the end of it. Let's live life now.
Yeah.
Are you living a good life? Are you enjoying yourself?
And I think all of the feeling around the record is, I'm aware that I feel it in myself. So if you feel, I don't know, I feel far more comfortable about myself, and that makes everything a little easier.
Yeah,
I think.
I hear you.
Yeah.
We got to talk about you coming to Australia.
We really are, and like you kind of. Sorry, you might not have necessarily wanted to ask this question, but people say, "Are you excited?"
Me, absolutely.
So,
no. Oh, okay. Sorry, it wasn't a question to me. I'm excited.
No, I'm happy to hear that. But people say like, "Oh, you're coming to, say, Switzerland. Are you excited?" And
you go, of course. I love the chocolate. I love. What's Toblerone? I love Toblerone. That's Swiss, isn't it? I think it is.
But with Australia, it's very easy. We genuinely love playing Australia. It's always mad. It's always a whirlwind for us because there's never enough time. It's a lot of moving around. But you guys do live performance very well. And the audiences are some of the best.
Oh, that's what we like to hear. You're playing Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth. I'll do the plug. Tickets are now on sale at secretsounds.com. Just because I'll just do the plug. I'm one of those guys that will help you get people in the room.
I leave interviews. My manager's like, "Did you plug the shows?" I'm like, "No, sorry, I forgot."
Smallzy did. Tell me about the show. What is it? Is it part of the shows that you've been doing now? Are you doing a little Australia only thing? What's the story?
No, it'll be an extension of what. But we're not really. I mean, since 2019, we've only been able to play live 5 times properly.
Wow.
Outside of promo events.
Yeah, of course.
Stuff, like our own shows, there's been 5 of them. So the show that we'll bring to Australia will be the show that we kind of move forward for the rest of this year anyway. And there's 8 of us on stage. There's brass. There's singing. There's clapping, dancing. It's a lot.
I'm there.
It's a lot of fun. It's relaxed
and a real big experience.
Yeah,
I can't wait. What when it comes to show day? What do you like? Are you a big dinner before the show, dinner after the show?
You can't do dinner before because you burp.
Yeah,
you
repeats
got to,
on you, right?
Yeah, and you don't need the energy. The adrenaline you have is enough.
Yep.
But then what you end up doing is eating at like 1 a.m. which is no good.
It's not good. No, you go to bed on an empty full stomach then, right?
Yeah, big time.
Okay, so dinner after the show.
Yeah, and like we're definitely. In fact, I'll speak for myself, not necessarily. I think the rest of the crew were always good at this, but I'm getting much better at kind of punctuating nights and raising a glass and just. Yeah, we throw little parties and it's
I
good.
know. Nice. Craziest thing that happens at a George Ezra show for people in the crowd or on stage. It's as you said, you haven't done many in a long time.
No.
Are you going to turn it up a notch?
Yeah, I think like the strangest things that happen live, they've kind of changed as the show's grown. So when I was first like essentially doing open mics and small acoustic shows, there's not really a security intel.
No.
And I remember once in particular, this girl got on stage and was essentially like grinding up against me, but I was unaware. Like I had my eyes shut. I was in my feels, you know.
Yeah. You were just living your best life. You were like, I'm here on stage.
And she was really,
and she was living her best life as well.
But she got like the security, like more or less rugby tackled her off the stage. So I like realised far too late.
Yeah.
And they kicked her out. And I was like, don't kick her out.
We
had a good thing going. Yeah, come on.
Great.
We've done all the heavy lifting.
Security will be way different now. If anyone listening right now getting ideas, you will not be able to.
But obviously that doesn't happen now. so much the kind of stage invasion vibes. What do we get now? You get a lot of... There's always someone, like we play arenas now, which is mad. And there'll always be like some dad that's coming in essentially a high vis or whatever, and you're like, honestly, into 2020 people, you just see this luminous. And I shout them out. I'm like, nice choice, Dad. You know, what's up?
Just doing part-time security. Yeah. One other talking point before I let you go. I'm very appreciative of your time. I know it's album launch week and you've got a back-to-back schedule, so thank you for your time. The Queen's Jubilee. How was that?
It was incredible, and more so than I could have imagined. I think
have you met Her Majesty?
I've not met Her Majesty.
Okay.
I've met the boys. I've met I've met Harriet, and I've met William.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've not met Your Majesty.
Tell me about the whole experience, though. What was it like? It's very regal. Just tell me about the royal... I'm here in London. Tell me about the royal family. We don't have them in Australia, so I rarely get to see them.
But right, so I've got kind of like cultural blind spots. I'm aware of this. Well, like I know it's going on.
Yeah.
But I think the kind of size of things is lost on me sometimes.
Sure.
I think it works to my favour, you know.
Yep.
But the Jubilee was a really good example of me being quite calm and being like, yeah, that'd be great. And then we did a whole kind of press junket beforehand. And every journalist I spoke to, they didn't say, are you nervous? The question was, how nervous are you? You know, so then when I first started the press, I was like, I don't think I'm that nervous. And by the end, like my knees were going like white. Someone get this boy a coffee, kind of like, yeah. And then you get on stage and man, like the amount of people.
There was a lot of people. You know, sorry, just for people back home in Australia, because we saw it on TV, right? It's a week since it's happened, and they're still taking the scaffolding down. That's how many people were there. They're still packing down a week later.
The amount of... so 3 days ago, I was going from one commitment to the next, and I decided to walk through London and walk down the Mall deliberately in front of the palace just to kind of soak it in. The flags are still up. There's, as you said, there's still like all the fencing's up, and I was just like, this was an operation. This was an undertaking.
Absolutely.
Got to go to the party after. Got to take my mum to that, which is very
nice.
Cute. She looked beautiful. She was very happy. She was made.
Was there any type of like protocol?
Yeah.
There was There was
like, well, it was calmer than I was expecting.
Sure.
Kind of relaxed once you were through the door. I remember to kind of find out, because you're in the palace, right? And so I was like, God, we're in the palace. I was like, I need the toilet.
Were you in? Okay, when you were in the palace though, were you in like the? I can imagine, and like, correct me if I'm wrong, I would imagine there's the palace residence, and then there's the palace where special people can go. And then there's like just the general, like, oh, anyone can come in here if you're cleared.
Yeah.
Which part
I thought you were about to say if you're clean.
Yeah, either or. Either or. You definitely weren't in the residence. Do you think you were deep close into the important part, or had they kept you far enough away just so that you can be in the public area?
I think this will answer your question, right?
Yep.
So you're looking around, you can see your family, you're going, bloody hell, we're in the palace. I need to go to the toilet. So someone like in full regalia, you know, let's say they've got a sword for story's sake.
Great, go with that.
You have to go and ask them, where's the toilet? So then they show you to the toilet. I'm in the palace. You open the door, there's about 20 urinals. And you're like, well, this obviously isn't the home. We're in the visitor centre.
When you said bathroom, I was like, oh my God, is it just a single, hey, just mind the toiletries that are on the sink there? No, there was 20 urinals.
Yeah,
so,
okay,
you were definitely in the public part.
Nah, for sure.
Definitely.
For sure.
Anyone can come here. You just need to be invited. Yeah, sure. Okay. But that's amazing, though.
It's still, honestly,
it's the palace.
The evening was just, and also because of the kind of the people that were performing and hosting, and just they were all there, and you look around the room, and you kind of, it is a pinch yourself moment, and it's up there for sure. It's up there.
All right. Before I let you go, Gold Rush Kid. Album is out now. People have listened to it, haven't had a chance to listen to it. Give it the hot sell to people in Australia who are listening.
I think if you're listening to this and you haven't listened to the record yet, just give it a go. Whether you got a drive or you got something to cook up, just some time, put it on. And if you're kind of that familiar feeling of the close your eyes, sing along, hands in the air, festival numbers, there's all of that. And then there's this kind of, the baton is passed over halfway through the record, and it's a very kind of it's gentle, and it still does it for me. It's still like it hits the spot.
Oh, well said.
Thank you, dude.
And you know what? And to be honest with you, with a man wearing Crocs in public like you are, I will absolutely
Do you know what happened,
tell
though?
you.
Do you know what?
You can't defend that. I'm not going to tell you. You can't defend it. You can't defend it.
Right, so we did go out and raise a glass last night,
Yep.
and then there's that moment where you look at your watch and you're like, oh God, you know, the first interview this morning was at whatever time.
Yep.
So I'm staying in town this whole week in the hotel, get in the car, and there was a moment where my sister went, you know, being polite, but she was like, so sure you're comfortable wearing that? And I was like, oh no, I don't know. I thought I was.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
not. Now not. No.
Yeah.
You know what? You rock it. Yeah, they look
Thank
great.
you, dude. Thank you.
Whatever the things you can stick the add-ons on though, like the giblets. He's giblet free.
Giblet free.
Yeah, which is a missed opportunity. But you know, something to work on next time.
Next time. I promise.
You should see my giblets on mine. You would be impressed. Good to see you. Thank you for your time, man.
Thank you, dude.
Smallzy Surgery
is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.